Okay, it's official. I'm online. Okay, I don't know if there is someone, but I don't think. Okay, uh, sorry because I need to check out my laptop on the right just to control the situation. Okay, here we go. Very well. I'm pretty excited of this first live stream. Before to start, I prefer to wait some minutes because actually the live stream starts at 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock p.m. In Italy, of course. So maybe someone is not already connected to the video, yes, to the channel. So I'm just warming up the voice and the brain because I need to remember all things I would like to say. And just to make a short reminder to myself about the reason of this live stream and the reason, yes, the reason of this live stream, but it's related to my editing workflow. But don't worry, I'm gonna start really soon. So please be patient, just a couple of minutes in order to check out that everything is okay. Okay, I think that my computer is ready, and if you are agree, I could start with this live stream. Okay, actually, it's already started, but I'm repeating myself too much. Anyway, so it's better to stop rambling, and it's better to start this video. Okay, first of all, I want to introduce myself because being the first time, it's quite difficult for me to talk lively. I don't know if it exists this term in English, but it's really challenging for me speaking in English to a camera like now, because I'm not get used to it. Even when I'm outdoor and I'm in the field, it's quite different because there is no one around me, only animal, only nature, and it's easier to talk about something, to express myself. Now, being the first time, it's quite uh, frustrating because I'm scared to make a lot of mistakes when I speak during speech, yes, like now. So please be patient because for sure I'll make a lot of mistake, but I think it doesn't matter so much. So as I was saying before, this is my first live stream, and the main topic is my editing workflow. Okay, first of all, I want to thank everybody that is watching this live stream or that will watch this live stream. And I want to introduce myself because I think many of you don't know me. So I'm Giuseppe. I'm an Italian natural photographer. I've been photographing in nature for 10 years, yes, because I've started in 2013, so 10 years ago. Maybe it looks a lot of time, but actually it's not so much, only 10 years. And despite I've learned a lot of things, I feel that I have to learn much more. So this is only the beginning of my journey with the nature photography, and I hope you can give me some advice to get better, to improve my skills, to improve my English. um, and I think it's quite all about myself. Of course, if you want to ask me, uh, feel free to ask me everything in the chat or in the comment section below of the video. So, okay, as I said, the live stream will be about my editing workflow. When I'm outdoor, I love staying in nature, but once I get back home, I need to sort out everything. I mean, the picture I've taken, as well as the video. And for doing that, I'm using basically yes two different software. The first one is Adobe products with Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop. Lightroom, I'm using Lightroom basically for the catalog, so to manage the catalog of the pictures and of the videos. And not only for that, but also for selecting the picture that I want to keep and for selecting the picture that I want to discard, so to delete. As well as to make the first adjustment of the picture that I want to publish or I want to print. So Lightroom I think it's quite simple to use, even because I always use this software and I don't know any other, so I can't speak about any other software for editing photos, as well as for editing videos, because I'm using DaVinci Resolve for making my videos. Maybe in the future I'm gonna make a video or maybe a live stream with DaVinci Resolve and how I edit my video. I think it's too hard. It's a topic really hard for me, and I'm only a beginner about video. So keeping on with the software. The second one is Photoshop, and with Photoshop I make all the rest job. I mean, setting, but not setting, cleaning the photos from maybe spots, dust, or strange stuff that I don't like in the picture. Maybe it's a little annoying, or maybe I want to add a different mood to my picture. Even with Lightroom, sometimes I change a little the mood of the picture, adding some specific, I don't know how to call it, maybe so lightning, not lighting, so extra light to the image, like the sun coming from a specific direction and stuff like that. Because I realized that Lightroom in this job it's a little better of Photoshop. But it's also true that Photoshop is really powerful, and for sure I don't know Photoshop really well. The third software that I'm using for editing my picture is Topaz Photo AI. But I think it's a great piece of software because it allows me to remove the chromatic noise really well. And not only for that, even for improving the sharpness of my images. Even though just removing the chromatic noise, Topaz Photo AI makes a great job even with the sharpness. But sometimes I want to add an extra sharpen, yes, an extra sharpen, I don't know if it's right, to my photo. And so I work a little like that. Okay, this is the software that I use on a Windows, yes, a Microsoft Windows machine. My computer is a desktop computer with a CPU AMD Ryzen 7. I don't know uh, if it matters for someone. Maybe it's important because I know there is someone that prefer Intel CPUs instead of AMD. For me, it's only a question of money because AMD now it's a little cheaper than Intel. Anyway, my computer has a Ryzen 7 CPU, 128 gigabytes of memory, a graphic card, NVIDIA graphic card of 4090, yes, and a separate hard drive where I store all my work, so the picture, video, documents, all my photography life, and not only that. I think, like many of you, I'm also using NAS for storing all my picture, and not only that, also the catalog of Lightroom, because it's vital having save a copy of the catalog. In this way, if it happens something bad, hoping not, I can recover the catalog, and not only the catalog, using the NAS. But I think it's time to start. So, as I said, with Lightroom, I manage the catalog, and my editing workflow is divided in 3 stages, where the first one is the import of the photo on my computer. As you can see, this is a previous import of a photo shoot that maybe you have already seen in my last video on the other channel, in Giuseppe channel, where there is the beaters and the follow the. I hoping that 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 video is good. But okay, I was saying with the Lightroom, I manage the catalog of my picture, and not only for the not only the catalog, but I select the picture that I want to keep. The process is quite simple because when there is a picture that I want to keep, I put the white flag like this one on that specific image. But if there is a picture that I don't like it, I put the black flag, like maybe, I don't know, this one, okay, no, the black, okay, set as rejected. The reason is pretty simple. If you watch well these, the beaters, the beater over here, the the eye is not in focus. The feather of the wing, so the focus is felt over here in the wings, not in on the eyes of the bird. So I prefer to discard this picture because the focus is wrong. Okay, so this is one one reason that I decided to discard a picture. Maybe it's completely out of focus, or maybe the animal in question is looking to another part, or maybe is giving to me its back, like maybe in other picture. Is not the case, but anyway. So this first stage is quite fast. Once I finish to select all my picture that I want to discard, I select all together and I delete using the specific function of Lightroom. I mean, I select all my rejected picture, like this one, and I remove the photo. In this case, I delete from the disk because I don't want to keep these the wrong images. So I delete them. But once, when I found a picture that I like this one, and now I explain you the reason. I start to edit. Allora, sorry, I was saying allora, but in Italian, but in English, it means so. Okay, sorry. So this, I love this picture for two reasons. First of all, because the eaters is assuming assuming the same position of the perch, is watching in the same direction of the perch, and so actually maybe it was watching some other birds, I don't know, but it looks like it's meditating, hoping it is this word exists in English. And I like the atmosphere, the mood, and the light of this image. Even though in this part, in the top, there is this bright and this white spot, even because the background of this picture is full of trees. Indeed, there are trees. But okay, the first thing that I do in this case, okay, is go to in develop mode. The first thing I do usually is to crop a little bit in order to have a better composition. So, and to remove this white part. Maybe changing, okay, moving a little bit in this and this line of the rule of third. Okay, I think it's much more balanced now. The second aspect that I consider when I edit my picture is the white balance. Okay, usually Lightroom makes a good job when you use the auto option, but usually I try to use also the real white balance. I mean, I try to remind, yes, not to remind it, to to remember what was the weather in that day when during the photo shoot. And if you saw the video, it was raining, yes, so it was overcast. The sky was cloudy. But in this case, it's quite unreal. It wasn't like that. It was like that, the image. So keeping auto is much more natural, and actually it was like that. So in this case, auto is perfect. The second option that I change or add is the remove the chromatic aberration of my lens. You know, I'm a Sony shooter. I love Sony. I think the Sony are making a good job with its camera as well as its lenses. The 200-600 millimeter zoom lens, I think, is really good, and considering the price, I think I couldn't ask more. Of course, the 600 millimeter f4 lens, the prime lens, is much more better, but is much more expensive. It's more expensive than the 200-600 millimeter, and I can't afford a lens like that. So I can only use this one, and I'm happy with that. Anyway, I set this option, so I remove the chromatic aberration, and after I started to change some specific option like the highlights, because I want to remove yes, usually I check out also the histogram in order to understand if there is the highlights burnt, so there is some overexposed part of the image, as well as some black part overexposed. So I want to check out if I burnt the blacks. I think it's not the case because the darkest part over here in the branch, in the arch, it's good. So, and in the histogram, the curve is located in the, yes, it's almost in the middle part of in the center, almost in the center of the image. So the image is quite good. I just decrease, yes, get down the highlights just to have a better white part over here. And now I'm gonna increase the vibrance just a little, not so much, and a little of clarity, just to have, okay, just to have a better micro contrast over here in the feathers of the birds, of the eaters. Okay, all the other parameters, I think they are quite good. I think the image is well balanced. You know, there is a lot of chromatic noise, but not so much, considering that this picture has been taken at 64,000 ISO. You can see it over here. And despite this value, the Sony Alpha 1 works really well. The chromatic noise is acceptable, it's not so annoying. But it's not a problem because using Topaz Photo AI, I'm going to remove it really well. Okay, as I said before, sometimes I add some, or yes, I change a little the mood of the picture. Like in this case, where I'm gonna add a source of light, like it, if it were the sun in this part. So using, okay, a radial, yes, I'm gonna add, yes, I think it's right. I'm gonna increase the exposure of this area, but I move the contrast on the left because I want to, when you move on the left, when you decrease the contrast of an area like this, it's much more, this area is much more smooth, yes, and sorry, and if you decrease the clarity, it works more better. Now, to simulate the sunlight, I increase the temperature just a little. Okay. In this way, okay. So before and after. I think it's also okay. It's too much. Just okay. Very well. Okay, the mood is quite different. Another thing is to add another mask for making a contrast with this part. So I'm gonna make the exposition a little darker over here, and now okay, and well, I think it's good, and I think I can keep this photo like that, even though maybe I can crop it a little, maybe cutting much more like that. Okay, I think it's ready to import the picture on Photoshop. So, okay, one moment, please. Okay, and here you go. I'm ready to check if there is something to clean, some spot in the sensor, you know. Many of us are scared by dust or spot on the sensor, but actually it's quite easy to clean a sensor using the right tools. Or if you have got only some spots in your sensor, don't worry, because with the right tools like this one, yes, you can remove it in a fraction of a second. It's not the case because in this picture there is no any dust, any spot to remove. The only thing that I think I'm gonna change is the background. I mean the chromatic noise. I want to have smooth background. So, as I said before, for this purpose, I'm going to use Topaz Photo AI. But first of all, I want to make a copy of the layer. Okay, you are not seeing the action of duplicating the layer because I'm using the loop deck CT, an extra keyboard that with a lot of dial buttons. It's very useful. But simplify my editing workflow and speed up my job. Really, it's much more easier to work with this keyboard. Okay, as I said, I make a copy of the layer just to be on the safe side because I want to keep the original one always. Then I'm gonna call the plugin Topaz Photo AI. Okay, just a moment. Here we go. And after some seconds, maybe, okay, I think it's perfect, even considering the sharpness. I think it's quite okay. Topaz Photo AI is not introducing the sharpening because it's useless. It's good right now, and it's usually adding another layer of sharpen. I think it's perfect like that. So I save to Adobe Photoshop, and here we go. This is the end of my editing of this picture. Now I'm gonna save it. Okay, save as. I put in its specific folder because okay, Merops Orchestra, yes. And that's it. Of course, if I needed to publish this picture on the net, I need to convert to the proper color space. I mean, to the sRGB color space, because you know, on the net, the social media usually use this color space for publishing publishing images. So before publishing something, I convert the image like in this way, and after I change the resolution, maybe okay, making this the imaging, okay, reducing the imaging at these sides, but it's even but it's always really good. So tell me, what do you think, if it's good or not, or if I could make some other editing, I don't know, maybe uh, I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of photographers better than me that mm, will make a better job with this picture. And I'd like to know what you think, or uh, what I could do to improve much more this image. Okay, this is the first one. Now I want to edit the second picture, and it's follow this. No, okay. I think sorry. Uh, I've marked not this one. Not this one. Maybe this one, or oh, okay, yes, this is really nice. It's a little funny, yes, funny, because the fallow deer was eating some dry grass despite it was raining. As you can see, these are drops of rain. And in the video, I was really surprised of this meeting, because I didn't realize that there was the fallow deers, and it wasn't. I was also surprised because it wasn't scared by my presence. Okay, I was inside the photo blind, so it couldn't smell me, but it could see the photo blind, of course, and it wasn't scared. It was amazing, amazing. Anyway, now it's time to go on and to edit this picture. Like before, I'm going to first, okay, to remove the chromatic aberration. Then I'm gonna change the white balance. Okay, we try to, oh, okay, with cloudy it's too much. Sorry. But with auto, it's much more better. I think, speaking about composition, okay, I think this picture there is a mistake in my opinion, because I cut the legs of the fallow deer, and it's not so good. So I'm gonna make a small crop in order to emphasize the body of the fallow deer. So let's see if it's work. I'm not pretty sure. Maybe the best option is to make a bigger crop like that. But I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't like it so much. So I think I'm gonna change to the original dimension of the photo. And yes, I think I'm going to keep it like that. Even though it should be better to have all legs. Okay. So remember, it could be a mistake in nature photography, unless you want to make a portrait, or you want to emphasize a portion of the animal. Is not the case. I've got other picture, maybe this one. Okay, don't know what's happening. Okay. I don't know what's happening with my... Okay. I think I'm gonna close Lightroom and open again. Sorry, but I made something. Okay, I was speaking about portrait. Okay, I don't know what's happening. What's going on? Okay, I think I'm gonna develop this one, or no, or this one. Yes. Okay. There is something strange because Lightroom is working not so well. Anyway, as I said before, chromatic aberration, white balance auto. Speaking about highlights, I think it's good. Okay, I don't have to decrease. Maybe I can. Okay. I can decrease the contrast of the background just to balance better with the foreground. And I'm going to decrease the clarity. Okay, in order to have a background a little more smooth. Well, now vibrance, just a little, and the clarity as well. Checking out. Okay. Another parameter is the black, because the eyes is really black. So I think just a little. Indeed, now it's visible. I don't the blackest part of the eyes, the central part. I don't know in English what's the name of the black part of an eye. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe in this picture I can add a little of vignetting. Only a few. Okay. Just to have yes, just to give to the picture, to the subject, more deep. Okay, maybe like before. Yes, I'm gonna add a mask over here to decrease the contrast, and not only that. Okay. Not so much, actually. this poor fallow deer, it was full of tick, like this one. Unfortunately, wildlife are affected of this problem. Ticks here, yes, and sometimes also also me. So quite often I need to use a specific spray for anti-tick, tick or tick, no tick, anti-tick, to remove them from clothes or from the backpack, all my gear. Okay, anyway, stop rambling about all this stuff, and let's go to edit in Photoshop. Okay, also this time I'm gonna duplicate the layer, and now I think there is not so much to change, in my opinion. If you are not agree, tell me. I'm not I'll be really happy if you tell me what can I change, but I think it's quite good. Yes, the background could be better, much more smooth, but with the that lens it's quite difficult. And there is another problem. This bush that it's in the background, it was quite near to the deer, so it couldn't be so smooth. Actually, I could try to isolate the subject, the deer, and to smooth the background, but I'm not a big fan of this kind of changes, so I prefer to keep it like that. So the next step is the chromatic noise. Okay, just some second. Very well. So in this way, I can compare the two portions of the image without topaz and with topaz. Okay, as you can see, it's really good. But now, okay, I don't know, maybe it loses a little of detail in the ears. Actually, not so much, but okay. In this case, I'm going to add the sharpen. Okay. Okay, I think it's the right compromise, because I don't like when it's unnatural, and I think this is pretty good. Well, and also now I think it's finished. Yes, I don't have to edit anything else, so I'm gonna save animals. The scientific name is Dama, and in Italian the fallow deer is Dino. Number 5. Okay, and this is this is all my workflow. As you can see, it's pretty simple. Indeed, I don't spend a lot of time editing my pictures. Actually, I spend much more time editing the videos, even because I'm not so good, I'm not really good with videos. As I said, I'm still learning. And DaVinci Resolve is a powerful software, really hard to use in some case. So I think I'll have to make some specific course for DaVinci Resolve in order to learn specifically some feature, because actually I'd like to use it better, as well as Adobe Photoshop, because I don't know, I know only some feature of Photoshop. I don't know really well in deep all its feature or if its characteristics. Anyway, I think for today is all. I think this live stream, the first live stream, is finished. I hope you like it. You enjoyed watching this live stream, this video. I'm really curious to know from you if you like it, my editing workflow, and I'd like to know what's your editing workflow, which software you use, your method. Maybe, yes, I'm interested also in your storing method. So now I'm using the NAS, but I don't know, maybe in future I could use the cloud, yes. Even though now I'm not really sure, but maybe I'm just making a mistake not using a cloud. If there is someone or among my friends that is already using a cloud, please tell me what are your impression, your thought about the cloud. And nothing. I want to thank everybody for watching this video, for watching this first live stream. And I want to thank many of you because you are supporting me a lot. Mostly Jay from UK with its channel. Jay is really kind, and its channel is really nice. I'm gonna make its channel in the description below, as well as Shannon with its little one adventures. I think it's amazing. That girl is making really beautiful videos. She's discovering how to photograph birds of prey. In its last video, she was in a falconry, yes, photographing amazing bird. She mentioned me, and I was really happy of that. So thanks, Shannon. And nothing. Thanks to everybody. I know you are a lot, and I don't remember all of you, but you are all important for me. You're like a friend for me, and nothing. I'm not really good in greetings, so I prefer to finish now. really, thanks. See you next time. Bye bye.